Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the podcast Strikes Back. My name is George, and you're listening to the weekly movie show with the boys Connor.
Hello.
And Benny.
Hello there.
Guys, we're taking a trip out of town to Sydney to Wollongong for Comic Gong. Wollongong, the place of kings. And we went to Comic Gong today. Comic Gong. And we picked up some comic gear, didn't we?
Nope. I didn't get anything.
You bought some stuff.
That was a gift.
Yeah.
Wasn't for me.
Yeah, well,
I don't want that.
whatever.
I don't want that.
You bought nothing.
I bought nothing. Sorry.
But it was good fun. We met some cool people.
I got in a fight. This is real.
He went as Wolverine, as you can tell. So,
You can't do that.
anyway, we are obviously not in the studio this week. We are in somebody's house. It's
Somebody.
not,
We don't know who.
not through Airbnb.
They left the door
whatsoever.
unlocked. Idiots.
Yeah. So but guys, let's catch up on what everyone's been watching this week. I might go first just because.
Please do, 'cause
I haven't watched anything
I've been
outside
drinking.
of the 2 reviews we put out this week. So we put out our Deadpool 2 review and solo non-spoiler review on YouTube only. So definitely go check those out. But yeah, we had the midnight screening of Deadpool 2. How's everyone feeling about that? Because we were, we talked about this a little bit. We
They can go check out the review. That's fine.
We went in pretty hard on the Deadpool 2.
Don't bother checking out the review because I'm going to give a re-review right now.
Yeah.
I saw it a
Review
second
two.
time. I saw it a second time the morning after, like within 12 hours of doing our review, and I liked it a lot more.
Yeah.
Everything I said, all the problems I have with it are still there, but it was
Just less
a lot. It was a
important.
lot more cohesive, and just knowing what was going to happen kind of softened the blow.
I felt that was a really hard movie to review, and we talked about it even in the review, saying like it's hard to like really talk about what's good about this film because it's humor and it's kind of the way that it's an intangible thing to describe. So, but yeah, I the more I think about it, the more I really liked it. The solo premiere was a really cool event to go to. It was at the Ritz Cinema, which we do a lot of combined efforts with a lot of the times. If you're in the area, actually, we've got an Akira screening coming up.
Yeah, June 1st and 2nd. That's going to be really cool.
some
Akira,
weird shit.
subtitled version. It's not the dub. Don't worry, guys. We got you covered. So that's going to be really cool at the Ritz Cinema. But Solo, how's everyone feeling Solo? A little re-review? Yeah,
look, I think it was a really cool film. I mean, and I say that because I went into it thinking it was going to be absolute dog shit. And yeah, like I think it just kind of it turned out a lot better than I expected it to. The more I think about the kind of final act, the less happy I am with that. That's starting to really grate me the more I think about it. I'm really interested to go see it again, and I'll get the chance because we're doing the midnight screening coming up next week.
Oh shit!
Again at the Ritz, so we'll get a chance to go do that. We're hosting that.
Yeah,
That's awesome. You guys can just drop some mad spoilers.
Yeah, right in the beginning. Like I have definitely not done so far.
I can't wait to see it again. My good friend Matthew, whom I love, texted me the day after we watched it, asking if I wanted to go see it again. And I was like, I really do, but Matt, it's not out for a week. I was like, so I'm keen to see it again. Thank you.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's not.
I'm really excited to see it again as well. Because
both of you were kind of like, just like, I don't want to see it again when we reviewed
I
it.
did, but now I think talking about it with you guys in the review, I just want to see where I'm at now because we went in hard on Deadpool and we were pretty positive on Solo.
I'll be honest, if it weren't for the podcast, I probably wouldn't see it again. But I want to see how I react a second time. I'm like curious as to see like more than.
You're just going to do a reaction video
the
entire time, and then
commentary.
I like it.
I also watched Infinity War for a 6th time.
God,
6 times. I'm at 4.
I hate
what
myself. I feel like a drug addict.
3.
I'm very sad and sick. Help me.
How was number 6?
Plea for help. We're all here laughing, and Ben's just like, I'm being serious.
Like
someone.
2 days before we went to the special Q&A event, I'm like, awesome, that was great. That's the last time I need to see that, probably ever. And then like a couple days later, I'm like,
have we done a weekly show since that event? I don't think we have.
I think we talked about going to it afterwards.
What did you guys think of that Q&A?
There were Q's and there were A's.
Yeah, there was a Q&A session where about half an hour before the Infinity War film, they had the Russo brothers up on like
a live stream
from LA or something like that, and they got asked a couple questions. I'll be honest, I would have liked them to have addressed more spoilers because I think they just outright said that, you know, most of the people in
They
the
seem to be
theater-
under the impression that the movie had just opened in Australia, even though we got it before the rest of the
They were
world.
like-
So we're so happy it's out in Australia now, and they were
It's
like,
like-
"Oh, we can't answer that. It's going to be spoilers." I'm like, "I've seen it 5 times, but
So you have for 10 days, dude. Don't you get it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
crazy.
yeah. Look, I thought it was all right.
idiots.
Yeah.
It was cool to see their process and their thoughts on it. And
Yeah, they dropped a few little hints here and there, and some interesting little insights on the creative process. But I was kind of disappointed. I thought the show bag sucked balls.
Yep.
I'm just gonna say
Yeah, it was not good at
That
all.
was just so bad.
I've been wearing the medal ever since." But yeah.
guys, I'm going to bring the mood down with what I've watched this week.
The Office.
No, I'm so close to finishing now. I'm so close. I think I'm on season 8 now.
Oh.
Come on, give me some credit. I've gone through like 8 seasons of this thing.
God.
I,
me.
I
It hurts me.
talked about last week. I revisited The Mummy on a
God.
weird whim, and I said that I'd do this. I went and I
weird whim.
watched. It was a weird whim. I watched Mummy 2.
Oh,
Please
God.
tell me you watched Tomb of the Dragon Emperor or whatever it's called as well.
No, I haven't, and I don't
Is it
know that I will.
the
I've
third
never,
one?
I've never seen
that.
it.
Yeah.
Never seen
Yeah.
it. Look, I think that is a really good film. It looks a lot better than the first one. Like, it's miles ahead.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Are you sure? Even with that Scorpion King rock CG,
that like
That's
I mean,
the worst
that-
CGI character
that
ever
looks like
committed to film.
a
that
PS1
is
game.
commonly said that that's the worst CGI character. I don't know if it is.
I think it
there's
is.
some pretty dodgy ones out there. I think that just because there's that and a couple of other things that are pretty dodgy in terms of the way they look. But overall, it like the actual creature looks a lot better.
But the story, I always felt, and I haven't seen these films in a long time, but I always felt that Mummy 1 was so much stronger than Mummy 2. Mummy 2 just
No,
felt
I-
so superfluous and
I really
Like
like
when
it.
they're
I
running
like-
away from the sun. at the end.
sequelitis.
Yeah,
That's the worst
Sequelitis.
climax of any film.
Trying to make it bigger and better and more grandiose,
I
and
liked
it all
that they
crumbles.
threw a lot of like just little jokes in there and was really self-aware, and it was I just really enjoyed it. The gag about the guy keeping always ducking and the guy behind him dying.
I
It's just
can't
the little
remember.
things like that just really tickled me. I had a really good time with it. It's not what I'd call a good film, but it's a really good film to watch.
You don't need to do this.
Yeah.
You don't need to inverted commas. It's not a good film.
Anyways, is there anything else that you guys have watched? You talked about
What have you
watching
watched?
Infinity
I
War
said
again.
the stuff I watched. Yeah,
Oh, Infinity
there
War.
was more, but I've been drinking since 10 a.m.
Yeah.
So
So, guys, next Thursday. When is this Ritz thing? 'Cause
Wednesday night. It's Wednesday night.
Wednesday
Oh.
night next week. We are emceeing the at the Ritz Cinema the solo midnight screening. So come on down. That's going to be really good fun. I'm going to be hanging around to watch it again. Even though on our review I said I'm not really keen to go see it again.
We're there.
It's time.
Might as well.
It's time to go see round 2. I'm really excited for that. So come on down for that. And don't forget to check us out on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, hit that subscribe button, and Instagram and Facebook at The Podcast Strikes Back.
This is not the end of the podcast, by the way. You seem like you're doing a
Bye.
wrap up.
No, I've just got to do this is the little plug area. This is the little plug area.
There's more to come. We're actually going to get to the weekly
Yeah.
news.
And if you're in Wollongong, we'll be long gone by the time you hear this. So sorry we missed you.
Yeah. And we'll have a vlog up of our day today and all the fun stuff we've been doing. But hey, there's some movie news right about now.
Don't look at me. It's him now.
Right about now.
I screwed up too many of the names. I got fired from that position. They're like, Connor, it's really
You got
entertaining.
the trailer. You got the trailer time position.
This is
man.
easy. Like, you can do trailers. That's a lot. That's more your wheelhouse.
Fewer
so
names in the
That's
trailers.
so good. All right.
All right, let's do news. All right,
News.
fine. This first one is quite Connor-centric anyway. Number one of the news things, Amazon's new Lord of the Rings series looks to be centered around Aragorn. This seems to be kind of a rumor at this point, but everyone's running with it, so it seems pretty confirmed. Young Aragorn.
Young Aragorn. This is
The direction we're going.
This is
How do
interesting.
you feel as the Lord of the Rings guy of the podcast?
What was your first reaction?
My first reaction was, oh God, no. Because like what I was imagining was a Hobbit-esque kind of portrayal of that. Like I didn't want it to be
Prequel kind of
I
feel.
didn't want like characters shoved in there that shouldn't be in there.
No, I joked about, and I feel like they could absolutely do this. It's just going to be him meeting all the parents of the other characters who come later on.
Exactly, and that's what I
Because
don't
they
want.
have Gimli's parent in, or uncle, or whatever it is, in
yeah,
Hobbit.
yeah, yeah.
But he belonged in the Hobbit. Like that was an
But the
actual
moment
character.
where he showed the photo of young
Yeah,
Gimli
yeah,
was
it's bad.
did not belong in the Hobbit.
So that was my initial reaction, but the more I thought about it, the more I thought that, young Aragorn, like that, his story in the books and in the films actually is a really interesting aspect that I think they could explore. Like,
what is he in like his 70s at the beginning of Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, so he's lived quite a life at that point. Like, he's obviously gone on with the in Rohan and done some campaigns there, but mostly he's been up north being a ranger. And there's a big aspect of him leaving or growing up in Rivendell and then kind of trying to avoid what he is. And I think that they could really focus in on that aspect of that character.
The show will be called Strider.
Entirely, like how he got to be named Strider or something like that.
That's what it's called, how he got to be named Strider. It's like How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah. But I mean, like, look, there's a lot of material there that I think that they could run with, and they could run with well. I think it's far enough removed from the actual Lord of the Rings story that they've got a lot of liberties about how they develop that character, how they develop the world around it. I mean, they're going to go far north in this world, so I think that they can, look at some different scenery, different style feel of it.
Do you think you and the world at large will easily accept another actor in Viggo Mortensen's role? Because he's like a pretty specific guy.
He's very specific, and he's very well loved as that character.
And what's crazy about that is how he got that last minute.
Yeah,
the other guy. He was reading it on the way over.
Yeah. Who was the other guy? I can't remember, but it was like they were shooting, and he got the role, and he got offered the role, and he said to his kid, "This is all in the Lord of the Rings DVDs,
extra features,
which is the best."
The same thing actually happened to Wolverine. Fun fact: Doug Ray Scott, I think, played him. Was playing him originally, and then dropped out to be in something really bad.
Oh,
really bad movie.
Yes.
Then Hugh Jackman came.
Yeah. So, and then same iconic kind of thing. But anyway, Viggo Mortensen as his kid, I've got this role, and the kid had read The Hobbit, and he was like, "You have to do this, Dad." And he read the books on the plane over, as you said.
And he's now
Lord
of the Rings, I think.
Yeah,
the kid had read Lord of the Rings.
Oh, had he read Lord of the Rings? I thought he just read The Hobbit. Anyway,
Aragorn doesn't matter. And at any rate,
he loved that universe.
Yeah, I think the first time, he got there, and I don't even think that they were meant to shoot it that way, but I think that the first time anyone had seen Viggo Mortensen in the role, because he got there so kind of last minute, was that scene where he's smoking the pipe. The first time that the audience sees him as well, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, that's Strider." And I think they knew from that moment on. That
he seems like he'd be an intense guy on set, doesn't he?
Yeah. So
he knows like 4 languages.
Yeah. To answer your question about whether I think that people will accept another character, I think it's going to have to be really, really careful casting. And I think if they get the right person in there, I think it can work.
Some CW fucking
I have 2 questions. Firstly, what Tolkien material, his son's material, is there on Aragorn, other than Lord of the Rings?
I don't know if there's an awful lot.
So this would be just taking more elements from Lord of the Rings and pulling that out.
Because he doesn't feature in the Silmarillion at all. There's probably a lot of stuff in the appendices about him, I would assume.
So they know his lineage. They know generally what he does. Right. So I think the general story from Lord of the Rings, I believe, is that he grew up in Rivendell, and then he went off and basically became a ranger in the north. Okay. There is references in the films to where he has been and what he's been doing. So there's an aspect where he fought with... God, what's the king of Rohan's name?
Jemima,
thank you.
Carl
and he was like that it was his father, that he had fought in a campaign with him. So he's obviously made it down to Rohan or somewhere around there at some point. At least in the... That's no.
You still working on that.
No, you're not taking my drink.
For those listening at home, they're fighting over a drink.
Okay, whilst you're talking... set myself
and
up.
So I think there's enough information to kind of give broad strokes on what he's been doing and where he's been going. But that's my point. There's not an awful lot on what he's been doing. So I think that there's a lot of room for the writers to just kind of do their own thing and make it their own feeling.
This is a leading question, and I know it's sort of unfair, and the answer is obviously yes. But do you think there's really that much of an interesting story they can tell about him before the events of Lord of the Rings? Because that's obviously, presumably, that's the event of his life. That's the big thing that happened. Yeah. The Fellowship of the Ring and all that.
I think there is.
What are they going to do before that? It's that prequel.
I think it's going to be more character centric, and I think it's going to be about him trying to deal with who he is. And I mean, the whole Lord of the Rings is really that kind of the character arc of him accepting the moniker of king. But I think that they can really explore why he's what led him to shy away from that.
I'd be citing the same problems that we've been talking about
Solo
for so
that's
long.
exactly what I was
but the issue is I really like Solo, so I don't know, I guess I can
well, that's the interesting part of this whole discussion is that Solo worked out quite well. I don't think it
For
was.
us, I think it'll be a divisive one, but I like it.
Yeah, well, it's only 70% on Rotten Tomatoes, so people.
Which is the
aren't-
least. I think
out of all the Disney ones.
Second lowest Star Wars film, bar none, apart from Clones, I believe.
Wow.
Well, I suppose
Clones.
that saying it second would
Yeah.
be.
So the second question I have is: do you think that this is the best move for
No.
this chapter?
No.
Because we've had Lord of the Rings, we've got Hobbit, and now it's time for the next
It depends.
iteration.
It depends.
Is this too centered on one character?
No, all right. It depends.
Or is that actually a great idea to try and differentiate it from the rest of it?
It depends. So it depends.
And does it?
Let me finish.
And
If you're coming from a studio point of view where you want recognizability,
leveraging the IP, leveraging the brand
then that's
recognition.
a really good idea because I think that they are able to explore enough good content that they could create a good show while also leveraging the IP. Is it the best option for people that are already invested in that world? Maybe not, because I think that this show had a really good opportunity to move away from a lot of the stuff that's known about this world and even explore things that aren't in the books or aren't in the movies, like things that that Tolkien wanted. Oh my god! Sorry.
Oh god, he's dead.
No, I think it's a really cool. It could have been a really cool opportunity to explore things that aren't in the books, and that's really what Tolkien wanted. He wanted to start a world where other people took up the mantle and were like, "This is how we're gonna this is add stuff and make it new and really create a real world."
I mean, yeah, what I wanted to see was something just far removed from what we've seen before, something distant past, some sick world building.
Which movies they're shiny and they're distracting.
So my issue is if this is true and we're also bringing in Peter Jackson, which we talked about last week, is he going to DC or is he going to Lord of the Rings? Man, I'm not sure how excited I am, and I definitely fall in the latter of those two camps. As a fan of the original Lord of the Rings, I don't want. Obviously, you were talking about a studio versus a fan, but I don't want that. I want new stuff. I want. Yeah. Silmarillion sounded like a much better idea.
Yeah.
And also, maybe I'll go saying this, but I love Aragorn in the context of the films, but I feel like of all the characters I'd like to see more of, he's probably right at the bottom.
But what about seeing elves? Thousands of years before. What about pre-time?
See, I don't find elves interesting.
Kind of like Knights of the Old Republic. Everyone wants to see a Knights of the Old Republic. I think that's a better move. Remove it from. And you've got a little bit more play. You don't have to.
Elves will obviously be in this because he starts at Rivendell and he obviously has a relationship with different, kings and whatever with the elves.
Liv Tyler.
So I think that that's going to play a big part in this. I don't know that I would want to see something just centered on elves because elves, quite frankly, are a little bit boring.
Yes. No, I'm not talking about elves, but let's see thousands of years ago what was Middle Earth like.
Yeah.
I feel like that
there's
is a better
vampires
way to
and
go.
There's vampires and werewolves.
Let's do that. Let's do that, man. You've already got
Vampire,
me way more pumped.
the Twilight of
Lord
of the Rings.
Done.
A lot of people might have wanted this at some point, and it still could come about, like a Morgoth. Or an early Sauron.
Morgoth, man. I'm so invested in that character. I want to see that.
It's basically Sauron's boss before Sauron became the big guy.
Man. I don't think it's a wise idea to stay within the timeline that they're in.
Yeah. But they've said this will probably be just season 1. So we don't know what. They said what might happen is that each season will be centered on a different character.
So basically they're making it up as they go, which is the safe way to go.
If they do an anthology kind of thing, where we're ducking and weaving, going here,
that could be really cool.
Cool. Really cool.
As long as they don't just do the Fellowship. Because I think that'd be boring. I don't want to see... You know what I would like to see, though? Is Legolas and Gimli after... I want to see
the continuing adventures of Legolas and Gimli.
Serious? So you want to see Lord of the Rings episode 4?
When they get a sick apartment together and then...
In the books, there's a really lovely storyline where they go off together and they're like...
Have sweet babies.
Yeah, basically, yeah. No, they go off and do little adventures and they go...
start a little detective agency.
They go to see...
crimes.
Not even adventures, sorry. They go off together to go up north. And Gimli's going to show him... all the mines and stuff, and they go off as best friends, and then Legolas gets called to the sea, and so they both end up going to the Undying Lands. It's a lovely little story.
Anyway, that's enough Lord of the Rings for the next
sorry.
6 weeks, I think.
Give it another month.
Next story.
Number 2, the Dark Universe, Universal's Dark Universe is not dead, apparently.
Phantom of the Opera and Hunchback of Notre Dame are coming, people.
I didn't read about this, so if anyone has more information...
Yeah, so this was basically off, I think, like an Instagram or a tweet or something where... they had met with people about. I'll look it up about which movie it was. I should have done more research before I added this.
Connor's notes is like Dark Universe coming back.
So this is from Vargas, whatever the hell that person is. Basically said, great meeting this morning with amazing Dark Universe team. Thank you Universal executives Holly, Glenn, and Crash for the hospitality. Anyways, it basically says that there's still a team that's working on this.
Yeah. Because last we heard, like, Bill Condon's Bride of Frankenstein movie was just shut down indefinitely, and the offices were closed and completely empty. And it was like, it was just kind of assumed it was dead. I don't think they really came out and were like, yeah, we're done.
I personally think that, and we've discussed this a bunch of times on the podcast, we've got the pitch down pat. Scrap Dark Universe and go for the Blumhouse model. $5, $10, $15 million low budget horror films.
Seems so obvious.
And go back to that old, do all these characters in an interesting way.
Get Boris Karloff back.
Get interesting.
He's not busy.
So the guy that
I just don't think this is I don't think they should go down this path. I really don't. And the Messiah Kevin Feige recently said, guys, all the movie companies out there, all the production companies out there, don't try a fucking universe. Don't try a shared universe because it is so difficult to navigate those waters.
Shut up, Feige. He just doesn't want anyone else playing in the sandbox.
No, it's true, man.
Guys, don't do it. It won't pay off.
Because he knows. He's like, fuck, it fucking worked out,
You
man.
guys aren't me.
It fucking worked out.
So we don't know what's coming up next. We don't know how they're approaching this. Robert Vargas, who actually put this tweet out or something like, he's apparently an artist, so they're thinking about like that he's
been shot by Universal, unfortunately, after this.
He's come out and he's going to like design the look of the Dark Universe. I don't know what that means.
So what we had coming up was Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah. Phantom of the Opera.
Johnny Depp as the Invisible Man. Like, remember they did the actual photo shoot with all the actors? Benicio del Toro, I think, is the Wolf.
It's like that is like blowing your load too early.
It is like
as
that. Yeah.
the case study. Like, these guys thought this was all going to pan out so well. They've got Josh Brolin in, they got this guy, they got that guy.
They gave it a better go than anyone else, though.
Well, I don't know about that. They've
made 2 movies.
They made one movie that's actually in continuity.
They made 2 movies?
But they had 2 stabs at it. The Dracula one.
Which I thought was a good start. I thought that was an excellent start.
It was a better start than The Mummy, I think.
Well, not an excellent, like compared to The Mummy, I thought it was an excellent start.
It was a good-looking movie.
Yeah, it was a good-looking movie. It was fine.
Start.
Like, it was... As far as, like, if you're going to try and start that kind of franchise, that's as good as any, I suppose.
I mean, it's definitely better than Iron Man. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Why do you
it's
like
better
Iron
than Incredible
Man?
Hulk. I do like Iron Man. I was kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you fuck off.
Let's move on.
Fuck yeah.
Jesus. Are we done with that? Is that
Wait. Final question on this. Do you guys want to see the Dark Universe?
Yes.
Because I don't want to see this work. I want to see what I was saying before. That's a better business model. Your return on investment is going to be better.
I was really keen to see the dumbass Avengers with like Tom Cruise Mummy and like I couldn't wait to see. I didn't mind Mummy.
I want to see a universe start out that is not on its face a universe, like not a shared universe, which is exactly what Marvel did. They had several films that you knew probably eventually would connect in some way, but they focused on individual films and really kind of... I felt like The Mummy jumped the gun and tried to create the mechanisms for a shared universe.
They shouldn't have had that whole sequence with Russell Crowe and all that.
It should have been a good Mummy movie. That's what they should have focused on and not trying to build up this universe.
Yeah.
So I would like to see this, but I'd like to see it done right.
Yeah, good luck to you.
Yeah.
As opposed to those things that I'd like to see done wrong.
Look, here's your note for the next one, Penny.
Yeah, number 3. Alfred Pennyworth.
We were really short on time when we were doing the show notes.
Holy fuck.
I was doing this. I was doing so much of this show alone. Ben was just like, "Nah, I'm not gonna fucking help anyone.
Do it. I'm busy.
And it was like, "All right, well, fuck you then, Alfred Pennyworth. That's what you get."
So no, I do know this one. I do. They're working on a prequel series about Alfred Pennyworth, Batman's butler, when he was a young guy, like special forces dude.
So this is
doing all the stuff that Michael Caine talked about.
Yeah, so this has come off, I think, Teen Titans or something. Like there was a, I don't know how it connects to that, but I think there was a spoof of that. And then they've now kind of taken it seriously, and they want to go back to back when he was an SAS special operator or whatever.
Special operator.
And special operator. And him meeting
When he's burning
Thomas
down
Wayne?
forests for all his friends to kill villages.
Yeah. Thomas Wayne is that?
That's
And they start up a business in London or some shit like that.
For fuck's sake, man.
And that's what it's gonna be.
No, for fuck's sake, man.
No idea casting.
Why are all these stories that we're talking about this week are prequels shit?
The world keeps
can't
spinning.
deal with this anymore.
Krypton exists. Krypton is out. The Batman prequel series. None of us watch it. It doesn't matter. It's fine.
Not the Batman prequel series.
Gotham is out.
Gotham.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying Krypton was the Batman
No,
prequel series. I was like, wait a minute.
So,
No.
yeah,
I mean, I guess technically
Gotham's
it could
out
be.
as well.
Is okay. Listen, is Alfred Pennyworth worthy of a TV series? I say no.
Pennyworthy?
I say no.
Look,
There's enough.
I'm just gonna say this. Like,
could be.
I say no.
if you take
let's-
any property and you get the right people writing it, the right people directing it, the right budget, all that kind of stuff, you can make a good series.
Let's
with pretty much anything.
let's look at the Warner Brothers DC track record.
Yeah.
All right, have they
Let's
been
not
able
do
to
that.
do
Let's
that?
not do that. Like,
Have they been
I'm
able to
saying
do what you
if
said just before?
I'm saying if you got the right people,
They
you
continually
could do that.
don't get the right people on board.
On
I'd say 70-30. They don't get the right people
On TV, they've been very successful.
within a certain audience.
So, totally, yes. And I know it's not for you guys. I've watched a lot of the kind of CW universe.
Yeah.
I'm way off it at the moment, but
Did you?
I've
How
enjoyed
far
a lot
into
of it.
the Arrow did you make it?
I got like 5 seasons into
I feel like
Arrow,
it's 3 or 4. Like I got
What about Flash?
2 or 3 into Flash.
Yeah.
Supergirl one
Flash,
and a bit.
Flash is the premium one, right?
It
I
was
got-
for the first season.
I got-
Supergirl's really quite good.
I
as
got
well.
more into Arrow than I should have, and I kind
Definitely.
of like woke up in this
Any
like
into Arrow is more into
What is
yeah.
honestly,
happening?
honestly, I watched about 10 minutes of Arrow, the first episode ever, and I was like, fucking hell, the production value on this is so terrible.
it doesn't get better.
I cannot invest time in this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was. I think like it got to a point where it was this almost like self-masochist like style deal where I was like, this is really bad, but I'm so interested in how bad it is that I just had to like keep going. I was actually watching with my family at the time, and we were all just like looking at this, being like, this is so bad. Next episode, let's do this.
It's one of those shows. It's when you start questioning life and reality.
Yeah.
It's like, why am I spending
am I
like
wasting
the hours
time?
that I have left on this? And
I have a finite time on this universe, on this earth, and
And-
I'm spending it watching fucking Arrow.
I don't think it's terrible, but it's definitely one of those.
Yeah, because a really, really bad film, you can be like, I'm getting like, this is funny.
And this is 2 hours
And
of my
Arrow
life.
is kind of like
Arrow.
just on that edge
It's
of
like,
like,
yeah, there's like 24 episodes.
Just
a year.
awful, man.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah. What were we saying?
What's the story?
I also watched like a couple seasons of Gotham. Like I watched the premiere when it came out, hated it. I'm like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen.
Really?
But then
It's
I
improved, hasn't
Then
it?
I watched a lot of YouTube clips of it, like the scenes, bits and pieces, and I was like, this is pretty wacky. And I went and I just like mainlined a bit of it, and I kind of loved it. Like it's terrible and it's hilarious, but there's something really endearing
I
about
feel
it.
like renewed,
I
actually.
think people have said it's had a really
Yeah, totally,
solid
yeah.
ramp up.
It's
like
very
each
watchable.
season
It's
is kind
very
of improved.
watchable. But I burned myself out on
It's
it.
renewed, hasn't it? Like it's
Yeah,
going for another
season
season.
5 is
like,
Emily going to focus purely on Bruce Wayne. Oh, not purely on Bruce
Terrible
Wayne.
outfit.
But him coming the Batman and whatnot is going to be a component of it. Yeah.
It's a weird show. Now they've got the full-on Joker in it.
Vanessa from Deadpool's in there.
Yes,
Is she?
it's good. Yep.
Yeah, she is. Actually.
Fucking hell.
Jim Gordon's
There you go.
misses at some point.
Anyway.
Anyway, that's enough about Alfred Pennyworth, I think.
DC.
I think that is, yeah.
DC.
Jesus. Number 4. Zombieland writer says a sequel is being prepped for a 2019 release. Zombieland 2, finally, man. We've been talking about this for a few years.
When did Zombieland 1 come out?
God, it's gotta be like 10 years
Let's
ago.
guess, and then let's have a
1994.
look.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Zombieland? All right, I'll
I think it was 2008.
So what did you
I'm
guys
gonna
think
say
of
2009.
Zombieland 1? What did you like?
Love it, but I feel like it's
Love
put
it.
on a bit of a pedestal. I feel like it's one of those films that has got kind of this cult classic.
I think it's less than the sum of its
2009.
parts.
2009. And is that what I said?
Yeah. No, that's what I said.
Yeah.
You said something.
I said that. I said that definitely.
Yeah, I feel like elements of that movie are so strong. Like when he's listing the rules and just kind of you're seeing bits of like the zombie apocalypse.
And the kind of the whole, is it going to get a sequel? Isn't it going to get a sequel?
Yeah.
We've been dealing with this for like the best part of a decade.
I was kind of keen for it to just remain
Yeah.
its own thing because I thought it was such a random, wonderful little phenomena that I was like, oh, that's great. If that just stays as is,
I think it's legitimately one of the best zombie movies ever made because it seems like the most realistic zombie movie ever made.
His system of dealing with it is spot on.
Double tap
and double tap.
But really, if the apocalypse happened, like you would just be shooting the shit and having a great time by yourself.
Yeah.
And every other zombie movie does not acknowledge that zombie movies exist. This one does.
Yeah.
Like that's the weird thing about zombie movies. They all take place in an alternate universe where no one knows what zombies are.
Yeah.
They're all walkers.
Like what is this?
How do we kill it? Whereas if zombies actually came, you'd be
know
like,
exactly how to kill it.
remove the head, destroy the brain. Easy.
So it is probably my second favorite zombie film of all time.
Holy shit!
Behind?
Shaun of the Dead, presumably.
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead. Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead is by far the best zombie film.
Dawn
Yeah,
of
both
the
of
Dead,
those are
Dawn of the Dead is
Night of the Living
really
Dead,
good.
they're all really
Both
good.
of those are deconstructing the zombie
Yeah,
film.
yeah,
The genre.
The genre.
I've actually just looked at the Ruben Fleischer
Fleischer.
is the director. I've kind of looked at his repertoire. It's not terrible.
Gangster Squad.
30 minutes or less.
Everyone hates that movie.
I
to
didn't
death.
mind that. He's doing Venom.
I'm
That's
just gonna,
right.
I'm just gonna say this: Two Night Stand wasn't a terrible film.
The what?
Two Night Stand. It's never mind.
Never heard of it. Sounds like
It's a
movie.
rom com. It's just not. It's not terrible.
But yeah, I'm with you, man. I feel like that was lightning in a bottle almost. That other film.
That's fine.
And
That's what he's with me though.
I'm with this guy.
agreeing with
you know?
you. I agree with you, Ben. You made a very good point.
Kinda
you,
fuck
Connor.
off.
How did this happen?
Yeah, I don't know if where is the scope for continuing the story? Where do we go from here?
Well, all right, so here's
what
problem
can you
number one.
add to
Here's
the
problem
first
number
one?
one. You can't have Bill Murray reinstate his role, which is like
But
instantly that's going to be a worse film.
You know what the first thing I think of when I think of this? I think it's going to go down the same path that Deadpool 2 went down. And you've kind of got a rehashing of the first one in so many ways, and it becomes maybe a little bit stale. And you bring in the Bill Murray joke, which was so effective in number one.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the best. That scene stays in my head.
That's
like,
probably the best
that when I
cameo?
think of Zombieland, I think of that scene.
Yeah.
So like, if you go back to that, does it become stale? Does it become redundant? That's where the first thing I
this is
think.
my thing. I don't think that they will ever be able to even touch the original.
Good question, because I barely remember this movie, to be honest. Did Tallahassee, Woody Harrelson, survive
Yep,
the first one?
pretty sure he did.
Did anyone die?
I can barely remember.
Well,
today.
apart from Bill Murray,
It's got what, Little Miss Sunshine and Emma Stone in it, yeah.
yeah,
And they're all coming back.
They all
Jesse Eisenberg.
They
And
all come
supposedly
back,
they're all
yeah.
coming back.
Yeah, Amazon,
everyone
made
survives.
Amazon made a TV series out of it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they did a pilot. They never took it to series, I
Okay,
think.
okay.
But
I think
Wow.
yeah, looked terrible.
What does the Little Miss Sunshine girl look like these days?
Creepy.
that creepy.
Really?
No, I mean you're creepy.
I'm not just curious. Like I haven't seen that
We both were on the same like.
Innocent mind, George. What's that girl look like nowadays?
Excellent.
Dial it in.
What did she used to look like?
No, I'm curious. Because she
Yeah,
was
fucking.
she was
I
like
know
a
you
little
are.
munchkin.
That's why.
You know?
Oh, come on!
Fuck you, cunts. Honestly, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Let's
Alright,
take this
here's
time
what-
down.
While we're just at
34
it,
minutes.
all George has been doing today is dropping C-bombs, and there's like a lot of little kids walking around Comic Gong, just like dressed up as like little Superman and little like little Batman and all that. And
This
George
is all
just
getting
walking around like,
edited out,
cunt
so-
this, cunt
Let's
that.
save it for our personal collection.
All right.
You're sure shit not editing that out. That's brilliant.
So movie
I'm not
is coming
clicking
out.
on it.
That's
I'm not-
enough.
I'm
That's
just not
enough.
doing
Number five. Just a little one before I announced number 5. I believe currently Avengers: Infinity War is at the 5th highest grossing film of all time. It just knocked
is.
Avengers off.
Didn't it knock out Jurassic World?
Last time I checked,
dial it in.
I'll dial it in. You keep
Dial
talking.
that shit in.
Up-to-date numbers, except when you're hearing this, because it'll...
This is our new
Change in 2
segment,
seconds.
box office update. Let's do this shit.
We'll do the story and then we'll.
Okay.
No. Let's get
that's
this.
fine. We need to know.
We need to know
The people
where
need to know.
which movies are making the dollars.
Yeah.
Which ones are making the money?
I don't know what is.
So you want to search not adjusted for inflation, which
is that
doesn't
what
really
you
make
mean?
any sense because
God, this is
nothing really means anything when you don't adjust for inflation.
all time. Yeah.
All time?
All time.
The bit that says all time.
Weekend records.
Oh,
Just
God.
give me the
Oh,
fucking.
no, go to the top.
Connor just
What's
clicked
what's
the
at the
all
top?
time button for everyone listening.
Yeah.
And he's scrolling
You fucked up.
and he's trying to navigate the webpage.
Okay, we're doing
No,
a new
it's
Wikipedia. It's
Oh,
in number
it's
4.
number 4.
It did it. It did it.
Hey, we did it!
It beat Jurassic World. I fucking told you,
1.702 is
motherfuckers.
what we're at
We
now.
all said the same thing, Joey.
I told you!
Oh shit, he wins.
So they are only about
Holy
300
shit.
million off
Star
Wars: The Force Awakens.
It's definitely going to take
yeah,
over.
100%.
Yeah. That's
This is a
crazy.
competitive summer, but like they're still going so
Yeah.
strong.
So, and that's a really crazy thing. They've got to contend with Deadpool and Solo now.
But Black Panther is still in the top 10 as well. That's moved up to 8. Does that say?
Yep, that's
That was 10.
sorry, it's 9. It's 9.
No,
It's
no,
number
it was 10
9.
last time we checked. So I was like, oh, it's going to be kicked out by
Holy
Avengers. So
fuck.
it's moved up 2
Crazy.
places since Avengers came.
That's really crazy. Like, I mean, like.
So out of the top 10, Marvel
still earning.
have Avengers Infinity War at number 4 with
the
1.7,
Avengers at 6.
with
Age of Ultron
1.5.
at 8. Black Panther at 9.
Wow,
Holy
that's
shit.
insane.
And it's basically
How many are Disney?
it's basically Disney.
top 10.
So
Once they
3
acquire Fox,
3 is
All of them.
yeah. 3 is Star Wars. So that's
Disney.
Disney. Avengers at 4, which is Disney. Avengers at 6, which is Disney. Avengers at 8, which is Disney. Black Panther. And then Harry Potter is still at 10. So that's half of the top 10
It's
grossing
Disney.
films of all
They
time
win.
are Disney films.
that's crazy.
Anyway, the actual story is Deadpool 2 scores record-breaking 18.6 million from Thursday previews.
Nice.
Okay, that's fine. I think we were talking about the same thing when Deadpool 1 came out. That broke all the records for February.
We talked about in our review for Deadpool 1, go check that out. $58 million budget, 750 odd at the box office.
58 million for Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 1.
Deadpool 1,
Deadpool
right.
1.
And this was only 20 million more, you said. Didn't you?
Yeah, Deadpool 2 was 78 million, supposedly.
crazy.
Supposedly.
That's insane.
Which I think is a bad move on Fox. I think they should have chucked another 50.
Yeah, that movie
they should
was
have doubled
a mega
it.
hit. I mean, I'm all for like smaller budget movies, but that's
do you
crazy.
guys think Deadpool 1... do you guys think
I missed all
Deadpool
that.
2 will eclipse Deadpool 1's box office haul?
Yeah.
It's sitting at
Just
700,
because of
750 million.
marketing alone, I think it will.
I don't.
Yeah.
I think the first one was kind of a phenomenon.
I think
and
so.
it came out at a very... Like, it had nothing
It
competing
had a
against it.
road map that was clear.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
This has Avengers Infinity War still out. This has Solo coming out.
Infinity War is a juggernaut. Solo
no
is
chance.
going to do well. I think the word of mouth from Solo is going to do favours for that film.
Better than you expected.
I think so. So, I think Deadpool 2 might end up $500, $600 million mark. I don't know if it'll hit that 700 million.
The first one was like, it really caught fire. Like, it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're wrong.
That's
Simon.
fucking crazy.
Well,
What was the actual? Yeah, so it was Deadpool 2 doing really well.
yeah. Deadpool 2's doing really well. That's the story.
Crazy. George, what time is it?
It's trailer time. Let's do this shit. Connor, what do we got like first?
So, I don't look. I know I got essentially fired from reading the news.
Stop making everyone feel bad.
from reading the news because I can't pronounce things. But I have to admit that I don't actually know how to pronounce this name.
The first one?
The first one.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Rhapsody. Like I always get it wrong. I say Rhapsody.
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 I always get it wrong.
So this
It's been my
it's been your Achilles heel in life.
I can't believe you've been holding that in since we started recording. I should have brought it
Since
up.
we're recording, I've been holding it in for years. I'm like Bohemian Rhapsody.
And
I love
here,
it.
and here in the notes, he
It's Bohemian
doesn't
art.
know the word. And he's put Bohemian R.
I know.
Okay,
I don't even know how to spell it.
Here we go. There's an insight
I can't
into
even
the podcast
phonetically do it.
strikes,
I can't even just be like
Bohemian rhinoceros.
If I was going to spell it if I was going to do it phonetically, it'd be like this: Ram
RHL.
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
definitely not right.
All right.
Anyway,
Don't reveal
Anyways.
that.
the Freddie Mercury Queen biopic Bohemian Rhapsody. Directed by Bryan Singer. Briefly.
And
more
another
importantly,
guy.
someone else.
Dexter Fletcher from
And
Lock,
Ron
Stock and Two
Howard.
Smoking Barrels. The actor from Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. Dexter Fletcher, yeah, he came and took over.
That's crazy.
That's weird,
Because apparently Bryan Singer was just like not showing up or something.
He was having a bad time.
Yeah.
on this.
Yeah.
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 He's
It's
not
almost
doing
as
well.
if there were some rape allegations.
Wow. So this trailer was very effective in that it was a montage kind of thing. There was not a lot of dialogue. It was really, it had the bed track of the Queen.
So that's
Classic
like
Queen
the best part of
tracks.
this trailer is the way that they just morphed all those Queen songs into one.
Well
like
put
that was
together, yeah.
really
Yeah.
well done and
Yeah.
very, very cool.
Utilizing those songs, which are so iconic, and it's a perfect trailer. I feel like for what this film needs to do and the crowd that it's going for,
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect trailer. For me, I want a little bit more, but it's the first. This is the first trailer, right?
Yeah.
This is the first trailer
Yeah,
for this
yeah.
film, so I think that's a pretty fucking great marketing move.
And Rami Malek looks
I knew
fucking
this.
great.
I've been
He's
watching.
ready.
Sorry. Can we just pause for that? I've been watching these guys bloody plot shit for the last like 10 minutes about like how they're gonna like sneak into the video. I've been watching.
It's
it.
fine.
And they're
They
gonna
can sing it in the video.
God,
Yeah,
very smooth.
Yeah. So no, Rami Malek looks amazing in this. He looks so great.
So remember Sacha Baron Cohen was meant to be in this role a few years ago. I don't know if this is the exact production,
Yeah, that
but
was
he was
the-
meant to be.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Jesus fuck.
Why? Oh, you ruined the recorder!
Everyone listening at home, we just got spat on by some douchebags.
I think they're the guys who actually live here. We should leave.
Yeah. So I feel as though this has the biopic slick look. You know, it looks very by the numbers in terms of cinematography and whatnot.
By the numbers is the word for every biopic.
It just looks. You know, I'm interested to see it. I love those rock
I think
and roll.
the big draw about this is the
movies,
fact
but-
that Rami Malek looks startlingly like Freddie Mercury. Like he is just
It's a draw.
spot on. It's all right, buddy.
No, fuck you guys. Honestly, fuck you, motherfuckers. Yeah.
Give it to
Some
me.
fucking water.
Jeez, you got it everywhere, guys. Like, what the fuck?
It wasn't us guys, it was Adam.
We had a little thing going
No,
on.
fuck y'all.
Yeah. Fuck
Yeah,
you,
so
Adam.
that was a trailer.
Yeah. So look, I'll watch it.
Are we going to review this? Is this a Podcast Strikes Back review?
I don't
film?
know because biopics are so hit and miss. They're very much like
And when they're a hit, they're never amazing.
huge hits.
It's a crowd pleaser.
I love Queen. I gotta say, like
Yeah.
they're absolutely one of my
Or
favorite.
just
bands.
listening to that
Like, one of the
trailer,
first
listening to the
albums.
Okay, are you a
songs.
Queen fan? Are you a Greatest Hits Queen fan, or are you an album Queen fan?
I just started Greatest Hits, but I
same.
have delved into their album.
Because I find that album so interesting because you got some fucking duds in there.
There's some
Because
weird stuff.
If you look
same
at
with
Queen as a band, like the iconic songs, it's
so good.
I mean, there's so many. There's a dozen like seminal tracks, you know. But if you delve into the albums, there's some weird places that band goes.
I mean, they did
it's-
the original songs for Highlander and Flash Gordon.
Really?
Yeah, but it's the same kind of with the bands like the Beatles. Like the Beatles have
Beatles
some
is all gold.
weird fucking songs.
Yeah, but
It's
weird,
not necessarily does, but like
bad
weird, songs.
or good weird.
It depends. Like Number 9 is fucking weird. Like I mean, no matter how you spin it, that is a weird song, and I don't even know that if you'd consider it a song at all.
And that was
so,
the
like, it's-
trailer for Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Look, we're let's. God, I don't even
Next.
What's
even wanna
what's
talk
this
about
one?
It's the
What's this one? Oh, I remember. It's the one that sucked.
Shock and Awe is
Fucking hell.
it's
It's a-
one of those political drama.
journalist.
So Rob Reiner, Iraq
Drama.
War type
Yeah.
film.
This
Honestly,
one looks interesting. It's got some good talent
Looks like
in
the
it.
post about the Iraq War.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
what a terrible trailer. I mean, could you make this look any more dry? I like a good drama, I like a good political thriller, I like a journalistic investigative thriller, but this one just was so poorly put together.
I was not into it, and I'll admit that's mostly because I was being a dick, because I'm just not into
You
it.
weren't
Like,
paying attention. I didn't think you watched the trailer.
I didn't. I
This
caught
was
about half
a
of it.
really badly put together.
It's not our wheelhouse. Like, if there's no dragons or anything, I'm not really paying attention.
I thought there's some like decent talent in it. I thought there was. It's an interesting.
I don't discount like that the film will end up a compelling film, a cool film.
Potentially.
I just think this trailer was fucking terrible, and I was just like, how can you actually pump this out? And you know what I mean?
For kind of straight off the bat, it's directed towards American audiences, in which this is a very kind of. It's a topical thing, like it makes sense. Yeah, I get how this would come across as fairly dry. I get how like this might not appeal to a lot of people. Generally speaking, I kind of like these types of films. They're not the types of films that really grab me in the trailer
Spotlight?
stage. It's when you like, those are the kind of films that I kind of like. When I actually watch them, I'm like, oh, I'm really glad that I watched. Like The Big Short. Big Short didn't have a big a good pull. But once you watch it, then you're like, oh fuck, that's a really good film. That's a word of mouth film.
I just love
Same
a
with
compelling.
Spotlight.
I love a compelling story and uncovering the mystery. I love those.
That's what
Agatha
they showed in
Christie
that
kind of
trailer.
thing.
Then
I gotta say, I'm having a look. I feel like the last Rob
Yeah.
Reiner film of note was A Few Good Men in 1992.
No, this was. I thought this was a terrible trailer. Shame on you.
Shame
on the marketing team.
The last thing Rob Reiner directed that I really liked was This Is Spinal Tap in 1984.
wow.
No, seriously, shame on them.
That was his first film.
Let's move on.
Shame on
Let's
them.
move on.
rough, man.
Let's move on.
What else has he directed?
Princess Bride, Stand By Me,
I love
When
the
Harry
Princess
Met
Bride.
You don't like
Sally,
Princess
Misery.
Does anyone need a drink?
Yes, please.
I didn't watch it as a kid. I didn't.
You don't even have to watch it as a kid. Even now, it's
drink?
great.
No, I mean, I've seen it since. Like, I watched it as an adult, and I'm like, yeah, it didn't work for me. Like,
Really?
you had to be there.
Are
Yeah.
you serious?
That's unacceptable.
Garbage. They should be ashamed.
Okay, so
Loved
the next one is Happytime Murders. Yeah, this is the new R-rated Muppets film. I'm assuming it's R-rated.
Brian Henson, Jim Henson's son, which is
Yeah, this is a very interesting move for the Muppets. Like, the Muppets have always been super PG. Like, and I don't even know if this is the Muppets.
It's not the Muppets. I thought you told me it wasn't the Muppets.
It's not the Muppets.
It's not the Muppets. It's just directed by the same guy, probably the same
guy's
puppeteers.
son.
Presumably, yeah. That they're this is the director of Muppets Treasure Island.
Treasure Island,
Christmas
which I
Carol.
actually watched recently
we talked
after
about
like
this.
10,
You already talked about
10
it.
years. For people that haven't seen it, Ben.
What do you need, Benny?
I'm good.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
And it was,
You guys drink too.
I really loved going back to those films. I really want to watch Christmas Carol again. But Happytime Murders really, I'm really interested in this film.
The last scene really sold it to me. Really sold it to me.
So check out the trailer if you haven't seen
Go,
it.
go check out the trailer.
The Red Band trailer.
Oh yeah.
Then you'll understand exactly what we're referring to. That was fuck off hilarious. But
This looks
I'm
like-
not sure.
I'm actually laughing
if
thinking about it.
I'm not sure if I'm fully invested in this concept.
I really like
My
Melissa
main-
McCarthy.
Yeah,
And-
that's what I was going to ask.
but
But
my
how do
main-
you all feel about Melissa McCarthy?
I love her, man. I think was it Spy?
Spy, yep.
I think that's a really underrated comedy.
Totally, yeah.
My main concern with this is like, this works really well as a trailer? Can this be sustained over a 2-hour feature?
Because
I'm not
it
sure.
looks like Who Killed Roger Rabbit done by like the South Park guys or something.
This is Sausage Party, essentially, which is what we said
Oh,
in
boy.
the little video that we did.
How do you guys like Sausage Party?
I actually liked it because it was
I was pretty like intoxicated when I watched it, so
it was hugely
I
crass.
can't really.
I enjoyed it. I don't think it's any good, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and that's probably the best way to put it. Like, I enjoy it because it's really like the most basic kind of humor, like saying dirty words and making fart and
The
dick
10-minute
jokes.
long orgy at the end was fantastic.
Yeah, that was
spoilers for
fucking
Sausage Party, but that was like
hilarious.
hysterical.
And I
The
feel like
falafel,
this is
oh
the
my
kind of film
God.
that might have the same kind of thing. Like that last scene in the trailer kind of alludes to the fact that they're not going to shy away from some really, shocking scenes, I guess.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
I think it looks cool.
I'm gonna go watch it for sure.
not.
You're not?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna watch it.
Fuck
Right.
you.
Unless you invite me. That'd be
Yeah,
nice.
I'm inviting you right now. So he's gonna go watch it.
Yeah, I'll come watch it.
Done.
So we're just inviting him to
Yeah,
things now?
yeah,
Wow.
that's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're all
Finally.
friends.
You guys can stop going to things alone without me.
BlacKkKlansman. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Is that right?
It's BlacKkKlansman.
Yeah, Black K
Black
Klansman.
KKK Landsman. I think is the Correct. Yeah.
The right way to say
So this is a Spike Lee joint.
Produced by Jordan Peele.
Very good.
So Jordan Peele has seemed to have, he attaches a lot of his names to a lot of things now, and
A
that's
lot of his
really,
names. Both of them usually.
both of the names in conjunction.
In that order.
Peele Jordan. Produced by Peele Jordan.
But it's a hot
Jordan
ticket.
Peele.
It's a hot ticket name now.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
for sure. And we spoke about it last week. We talked about the poster that got released for his upcoming feature. We talk about Jordan Peele being involved with this project, that project, every month, I would say.
Nope.
Yes, 100%.
Not accurate. Not accurate.
Once or
Very
twice.
accurate. Very accurate.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Been attached.
It's been over 12 months since Get Out came out, and we have definitely not talked about him more than like 12 times.
Steak dinner every
12
month.
times. Yeah.
dinner?
No.
Steak
No.
dinner. Yes,
No.
steak dinner.
No.
You said it so confidently, though.
No.
You're gonna stand by your convictions,
No.
mate.
Every second month. But good to see him. Good to see him attached to this. I don't know if this is the greatest trailer. I'm always interested to see what Spike Lee's got to offer.
Spike Lee is very hit and miss with me.
I agree. I didn't even watch his Old Boy remake,
Spike Jones,
reboot.
I thought it was alright.
Something.
Spike Jones? Yeah.
Is it Spike Jones or Spike Lee?
I don't know. Who can say? Why are there two directors called Spike? It's Spike Jones.
It's definitely
very
going to be
confusing.
Spike Lee, man.
Pike Lee.
No, Spike Lee.
Sorry, I
Yeah,
missed it.
with this kind of subject matter.
Spike Lee.
Spike Lee. Spike Lee.
Spike. His name is like one of those names where it's Spike Lee. You know, it's one. It's not like you would never see Spike Lee and you'd be like, "What's
Hey,
up,
Spike."
Spike? Hey, man.
Hello, Mr.
How
Lee.
you doing?"
Yeah, Old Boy. It was Spike Lee.
Yeah, awful.
Old boy. Fuck.
Awful.
You just said awful. You just said you hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
Awful.
But I
It wasn't. It wasn't actually
Presumably
bad.
awful.
It
You
wasn't
know,
actually bad at all.
Reportedly awful.
have you seen it?
Yeah,
Have you seen the original?
Yeah,
Have you seen the original?
Yeah.
And?
I thought it was decent. Like it was just a kind of a slicker version of the original.
Whoa.
The original is pretty low budget.
I
It's-
haven't
it's-
seen the new one. I don't know, but
Do they do the octopus thing?
Oh god, I can't even remember, to be honest.
Yeah.
must have been good.
Yeah, it must have been terrible.
But
Next-
yeah, it was fine. Like it wasn't a bad film.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Old
you
Boy,
like
the
people.
trailer, definitely came out this week. What did you guys think of this trailer?
Anytime, like a black person does the white guy voice, like Dave Chappelle, I love it. It's the funniest thing in the world. So hearing him on the phone,
Where's the
phone.
mayonnaise?
Anyone with pure Aryan blood,
Yeah.
fucking brilliant.
I feel like this is gonna be really popular with a very specific set of people.
Wow. Jeez, I don't see the
I didn't
wrong
say
through
what.
that lens.
I didn't say what type of people. No, I think that this is kind of. Chill out for a second. I was going to talk about indie people.
The podcast is over.
I think this is a bit too indie to be mainstream, is what I'm saying. So, minorities. So now we can just
Okay, I'm taking 53 minutes, 24 seconds.
We're done.
no. It just doesn't feel.
Can someone come
kind
tackle
of
him, please?
mainstream enough to really appeal to a mainstream audience. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing, because this is something that really interests me. I'm just saying in a general sense, I don't feel like
I think
this
because it
has,
kind of reminds me of like a Coen Brothers, something mixed with like
which I also feel
Three Billboards almost.
isn't a
which-
real mainstream film. Three
but
Billboards is
they've
kind of on
hit
that
some
side.
huge. They've hit some huge mainstream success.
They have, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how they market this and how it's received, kind of generally.
Love Adam
generally
Driver.
speaking. Adam Driver's great.
He's an ugly motherfucker.
He's so
not
tall.
when he's
He's
shirtless.
quite broad, isn't he?
He's very broad.
He's
Those
really
fucking-
tall.
Those Last Jedi memes
Like
are the
whenever you
best thing
see
in
him
the
in a
world.
scene,
So
he's
good.
like easily the tallest dude in every scene.
Easily, ever.
Easily.
The tallest guy out, ever.
Every
Probably.
scene he's ever been in.
Yeah. I don't think there's a taller
Always.
person.
I've been taking count. I've been tracking that shit.
Yeah, he has a super
Yeah.
interesting story, kind of on his backstory, like going from the Marines into acting and all that. I know
Let's get to the next fucking.
I talk about this every time we talk about Adam
Holy
Driver, but it's
shit.
worth it.
This is
Check out the
definitely
TED
a
Talk.
Pants episode.
The last trailer. We're just gonna. This is gonna happen. Mission
It's gonna
Impossible.
happen.
Mission Impossible.
Fallout.
Why wasn't this the
Fallout.
first one?
We can splice it.
This little.
Is this below fucking shock and awe?
I just put it in
Jesus
the
Christ.
in the order that I was
Oh my
talking about
God.
it in.
Brilliant.
It's the most recent Mission Impossible with Henry Cavill and Tom Cruise.
Cruise is in it. Jeremy
those
Renner's
guys.
not in it. Where's Hawkeye?
You know what impressed me about this trailer was that we've seen a bunch of stuff already, and I felt like this trailer had a lot of different things going on in it that I hadn't seen before.
Yeah.
So the first trailer came out and it was just like action scene, action scene, action scene, and I felt like it was a bit too much. I wasn't around it.
No, I was around it. I was definitely around it, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. I thought it was a great
got
trailer.
right around it.
I thought
around it.
I thought that was it.
I was like medium around it. I was half around it.
Yeah.
And this one I'm a little more medium around it.
We can go back. Like none of us were really around it.
No, we were. I think we were quite positive.
We were pretty around it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. The only issue I had with that one was it was like
I didn't get behind
precarious situation. Precarious situation 2.
That's my whole point.
He's
Like,
he's about to die. He's about to die.
That's not a good trailer. Like,
times.
that's
Not around it.
I don't need to see all the action scenes of the film. Like that's not what interests me. This trailer, however, seemed to kind of have a little bit more story.
Was Simon
although-
Pegg in this?
Yes.
Yes, very briefly.
Very briefly.
I do not remember any of this trailer. I loved it. I don't remember any of this. I swear to God. I remember the bathroom fight, the Superman bathroom fight.
I don't know why, but I like Henry Cavill.
I love him. He's great.
It's just that moment.
I feel like he's gotten a lot of shit
He's
because
the
of
epitome
Superman.
of a human man.
God, he is.
His
Isn't he?
voice, whenever he's Superman, just the rumbling when you hear it in the
Yeah,
cinema.
yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's more in this trailer when he like I think what he does is he just like hits his hands together or something, and you just get a sense of power
He's
when you're
a
looking at him.
unit.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh
He's a
shit,
unit.
he's
it's
gonna
like,
fuck shit up.
Why
Like,
the
this is
fuck didn't
happening.
they just leave that moustache on Superman? It would have been so much
Yeah.
better. It's like such a fucking badass. That's how you make Superman popular.
I was actually talking about this with from someone that was kind of involved in the film in some capacity, and I was like, he's like, "Are you excited for Mission Impossible?" I was like, "I'm just really excited to see Henry Cavill with his real mouth." Like that's really what I'm going here for. Like that's all I want to see, and I'm just reminded of what a sexy motherfucker he is.
Yeah, no, he's a specimen.
God, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
But have you recently I went and I watched, I think we talked about this, The Count of Monte Cristo. He is in that as like, he's fairly
he?
young in it. Yeah, he's the
serious?
kid. He's the kid.
Really?
His son.
Please, sir, I want some more.
Not that kid. And he looks fucking young. And all I want to do is someone to like take that kid on by the shoulder and be like, you're gonna grow up right.
Yeah. You're going to be in Justice League. It's going to suck balls. But everything's going to work out okay.
But it's still they're gonna get it paid.
That's always like
and
Joffrey in Batman Begins. You know how he's the kid in Batman Begins?
He is, yeah.
It's like, you're going to go out to be a little bitch.
It's really sad that he tried out for Superman Returns with Bryan Singer and didn't get it. And then he finally got it. It's like, yeah, I fucking finally got it.
Is that how that went down?
Yeah, and then and then he
Brandon Routh.
and then his whole life was ruined. Connor, what are you fucking doing? And then he
Sorry, at what point did you think that was a good idea?
yeah, what the fuck?
You drop the chrome down, you get 3 wishes.
Anyway, what are we talking about?
Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible.
Jesus fucking Christ. God, I'll worry sometimes for us.
George, get less worried.
Because you know what?
Your
It's time to get into the Kessel Run. Can you do it in 12 parsecs or less? We're heading to
Can't do
George's
it
Star
less.
Wars corner. We've only got one story this week.
Which I had to
And
put
I
in there,
can't-
so I take no responsibility
Connor's Star
for
Wars
this.
corner. Kathleen Kennedy says Lucasfilm would love to make a Lando Calrissian film, but it is not official. So
This is a funny story.
I believe that
There's a French publication.
they went bananas with this piece that was like, there's a Lando movie
Yeah.
coming.
Every
and
outlet
it got
was like,
misquoted.
Solo 2 is Lando.
It got misquoted. And, you know...
They came out very quickly. Kathleen Kennedy was like, we would like to do that. We're
But it's
not
not
doing it.
All right,
But she said the door open, right?
Yeah.
Totally.
Would you guys like to see a Lando film?
I would rather...
Specifically? I don't know.
Okay, so...
Non-specifically. What do you mean?
No, like specifically just a Lando movie. I don't know, like because I love him in the ensemble.
Yeah.
I don't know, like just a Lando
Like
movie. I don't know.
him as the lead character type thing. See, I think this is going to be the Johnny Depp debacle, which is where in Pirates of the Caribbean, he is a really cool character that a lot of people gravitated towards and is a highlight of that film.
Yeah.
But the only reason he is able to play that character in the way that he does is because he's not the person that's driving the plot.
Yeah, he's
The
the
person
ancillary character.
Yeah,
He's a
and he
supporting
gets to do his
He's a wild card.
antics and
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff, and that's what people really enjoy.
And then Pirates of the Caribbean 4 on Stranger Times comes on. He's the main protagonist, and it all falls apart.
It falls apart because like
bad.
he can't do the wacky shit that he wants to do because he's basically
He's got to have the arc.
The hero
He's got to have the
role,
yeah.
emotion.
Exactly. And
He's got to
it's
have the
not
drama, and it all falls apart.
yeah. So I think what might happen in this is if we ended up getting a Lando film,
I agree.
all the charisma, all the indifference, all the no, not the glass table, please.
Oh, please do it.
There's cameras. There's out.
For everyone listening at home on Apple Podcasts, a rugby ball just got thrown at us.
We're throwing the old pigskin around, baby.
But yeah, so the whole point is that I don't think that Lando should have his own film because I think people like seeing like, oh, we want to see more of this
It
character.
would appeal too much to a specific audience, and we.
Don't say that.
What time is that? Oh yeah, I agree. I think Lando, he pops up in Cloud City, and he's a great part of that. You know, he pops up in Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi. He's a fun character, but to create a whole film around him, I don't know if it's a good idea. I don't know.
Same thing with Boba Fett.
But
people talk about Boba Fett.
But last,
Okay,
I believe it was
sure.
last week or the week before, we talked about how they probably should have gone for a Lando film over a Solo film. But post Solo film being released and it worked out, I don't think a Lando film's a good idea.
But having said that, we didn't think that a solo film was a good idea either.
Totally.
Yeah, we
Still
didn't.
don't think it's a good
We
idea.
didn't.
So what I think could be a good way to do it is because Solo is such an ensemble piece. You could do like a Solo semi-sequel that is Lando, but it's still an ensemble.
Yeah.
But he's just more to the forefront than the other characters.
Yeah, I feel like the issue they're going to run into that is that Lando is so much of a periphery character as opposed to like Han Solo is a major part of the original trilogy and even in the 7, 8, 9 or whatever it is 7 he didn't show up in 8.
Well, Lando
Wonder why.
probably
yeah, he dies in 8. Spoilers.
Shit. Lando probably had more screen time in this movie than in the original trilogy.
Oh,
Probably,
for sure.
yeah. You learn more about him. Like
Way more,
it's
way
very
more.
fleeting in the original trilogy.
He's probably got 5 scenes in the original. Oh, well,
Not
Jedi.
even- not
No,
even.
Jedi's in the Falcon. No, he's got a lot
Anyways,
more Jedi.
my point is he is so much more of a periphery character than Han Solo. So I think Han Solo, as much as I didn't think it was a good idea, I think that like a Lando film is even worse of an idea because he's a periphery in the sequel or in the prequel film.
Yeah.
So I think like it's just getting too convoluted. Let it be. If you have a character that you enjoyed in a film, that doesn't mean you need an entire other film dedicated
They're
to that
definitely not
character.
going to do it, so it's fine.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were.
yeah.
But last week,
What do you think?
you threw me under the bus last week. You threw me under the fucking
What did I
bus.
do?
Oh god.
You told me, I skipped over the Kenobi story that was in the notes, and we talked about the Kenobi story, and now Solo is out. Because I wanted to wait till Solo comes out to see
to talk about Kenobi.
to talk about if this a Star Wars story experiment is working, and it kind of is.
I think
For me, it kind of is working.
I will say that I think so far it has worked all right because
Yeah.
I am not nearly as critical of Rogue One as you guys are, and so I haven't mentioned this as yet in the what have you watched this week?
Oh god.
But for Mother's Day, I sat down with my mom.
Specific.
I watched
And,
Rogue One,
and yeah, I did because she hadn't seen it, and she's like, "Oh, well, what about that one?"
and
I was a lot more forgiving of it. I go up and down with that film, but that
okay, yeah, you're forgiving with it, but where are you sitting with it? Like in terms of like,
it's not a great film. It's not a bad film. I just think it's
middling.
It's fairly middling, yeah. And not in a bad way, and not in a great way. Like
what's crazy?
It's very much.
What's crazy, Jim?
Okay, so what's
Fine.
crazy is this guy that I know. His kids. He said my kid loves Rogue One, and that's their favorite Star Wars film.
Did you tell him his kid's an idiot and to disown him?
I did not,
But I wanted
did not
to.
do
And
that.
under no circumstances is that a good idea, though.
But I believe his kid's like 8 years old,
Yeah.
6 years old, something
But
like that.
8-year-olds love Phantom Menace.
Yeah, for sure.
So
But-
I mean, there's no counter.
But that's something that's like we're very non-aware of. I feel
I wouldn't think kids would be into that movie really.
They
Like
loved
Phantom
it.
Menace, I get for kids.
Loved it, man. Loved the shit out of it.
Weird. It's also
Yeah,
really into
thank you.
Saving Private Ryan.
But I'm actually, you know what? Solo worked out well. I'm keen for Kenobi. I'm keen for
So
it.
Solo, I said this in a review. Solo is the first one they've done that has made me really keen to see more of these, more Solo
So
movies.
I guess we're already getting a Kenobi, but having gone through the whole Solo process, do you reckon like Kathleen Kennedy and the entire like I guess creative team behind Star Wars is less or more keen to go with these types of films?
I'm keen to see where Solo goes, critically, audience-wise, box office.
Because
I don't think we can call it, because
No.
we all were all
It'll
sort
hit
of
a
on the
billion.
same page.
I think it'll hit a billion.
What?
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Did Rogue One, didn't it?
Yeah.
It did?
Yeah.
No, it
Easy.
did not.
Yeah, it did.
That's a small
Yeah,
club
of
of movies.
course.
There's only like
of course.
30-something movies.
Rogue
that hit a
One
billion.
definitely hit a billion.
Okay, yeah, but yeah,
Sorry. We're gonna actually check this because I reckon you're.
Yeah, and then
I
you're
reckon
gonna
this
fucking
one-
eat my shoe.
I reckon this one's a slightly harder sell because Last Jedi was very divisive. Rogue One was the first one out after.
You're right.
Yeah.
They edged past 1.056.
Yeah.
So they just got
And
past.
they got past.
I don't think this will hit that level necessarily.
You think it's gonna be like a 700 milli?
I think there's a good chance that it won't get to the same height as Rogue One because Rogue One was following up on one of the biggest, the third highest grossing movie of all time.
Let's just clarify that $700 million is
Terrible.
a good take.
But Last Jedi's not in the top 10. We didn't talk about that before, did we?
Yeah.
It's what's that? 1.6.
Last Jedi.
So that was a lot.
Did
less
that not?
than
Did that
Force
not?
Awakens.
Is
Last Jedi is up there. Last Jedi is
in the
huge.
top 10? Did we talk about that just before? I've just totally forgotten that top 10 highest grossing of all time.
The Last Jedi?
Yeah.
I don't think it was in the top 10.
No, it wasn't.
It would have made over $1 billion, but I don't think it was
What are we sitting at?
1.3.
1.3.
So not in the top 10.
So they're going down, baby.
They're going down.
Well, down then up again, but
So they went
back
from
down.
2. So Force Awakens made like 2.12 to 1.3. Maybe we'll see the similar kind of thing with Rogue One to Solo.
I think definitely.
honestly, actually, you know what?
There's a lot of
I said it was going to hit a
negativity
billion, but the more I think about it, I think it's going to be more like a 700 million, 800 million.
Oh,
kind
so
of
you're now
movie.
agreeing with us?
Yeah.
Too bad you
actually,
agreed
yeah.
to give us a steak dinner if it doesn't
Yeah.
make a billion.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not gonna shake your hands ever again.
Because we're dirty.
And then, yeah, fuck you.
But are you doing a steak dinner for $1 billion?
No.
No, that's crazy.
No, I think it's gonna be 800 million. I think it's gonna hit 800 million, and
And I think it'll be divisive with audiences.
823 million.
as well.
I will, and this is something we've already noticed with people have just already sworn off even seeing it. Because
Oh yeah, we've got comments in our on our non-spoiler review.
Love
like,
you guys.
Yeah, thanks for commenting, but like I'm
Nice
not going to
review.
go see this. I'm boycotting this. Boycotting's the word.
Yeah.
People are like,
don't. All right, if I can give you advice, don't boycott it. I mean, like
I would
just
say the same thing.
don't.
Support the little guy. Disney needs the money.
No, not even that. But like, don't deprive yourself of a Star Wars film, or don't deprive yourself of a film that you think might be decent or could be decent.
There's plenty of really good indie movies out there you could watch as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, I suppose, but like, I mean, don't just kind of like not see a film because you think it might
Make
be
your
bad,
own
like-
mind up, man.
Yeah,
Do it.
bro.
Fucking go out
And
there.
give your $8
Don't let them
to
tell you what to
fucking
do.
Iger.
Do what I
Iger
tell
needs
you
it.
what to do.
All right, it's time for question of the week. Shut the fuck up.
Question of the week. Have we got a question of the week?
Question of the week. Question of the week.
Is there a question out there?
Why is Gamora?
Why is
Gamora?
Gamora? Why is Gamora?
Why is Gamora? Holy fuck.
Why is
Tripping
Gamora?
out. Infinity War spoilers coming up.
That is a line from the movie.
What? That is a spoilery line. Why is...
No, I got one.
Yeah.
Go on.
Sorry
Oh,
about
it's
that.
gonna be something stupid.
Acquiring new beverage.
Who is Gamora?
So, for
Favorite.
what's it gonna do? Yeah, your favorite Robert Downey Jr. film.
Okay.
Whoa.
I'm going to go first.
Kiss, kiss, bang, bang.
No, I already said I was gonna pick that one.
I'm
You cannot
trusting
pick
that.
that.
Wait,
I said I'm
already
going
said
first.
that, and this is a new question.
We can all
Going
pick the same
first.
thing.
Going first.
Kiss, kiss,
Kiss,
bang.
kiss, bang, bang. Honestly, this film, I remember going to see this
Wait,
in the
which film?
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
No, I've already called that one.
We
You
all got the
cannot
same
take
one,
it.
alright?
No, I said
can't
I'm
take
going
it, it's
first.
not fair.
No, it's
doesn't
fair.
matter. I already said
There's
it.
no... Like, it's our favourite. You can't claim that.
Claim
you
what's
can't
your
claim someone
favourite,
else's
yeah.
favourite, yeah.
Okay, listen. You can. This is yours. I'm gonna start
Alright,
it.
you go. You
I'm
go
gonna
yours.
start
Yeah,
it.
that's fine, that's fine.
I remember going to see this in 2005 with one of my buddies back in the day, and I didn't really get it, but I picked it up on Blu-ray, man, and this is one of my all-time favorites. I don't know, man. Might even be top 10. Might even be top 5. Like this is.
It's such a good film.
It is such a fucking
Shane Blackman,
great
like,
film.
This film. So, well, let's just all talk about this film for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's I think it might be our favorite. There are some lines in this that are perfect. Like they are perfect lines. Perfect
Look up idiot in the
delivery.
dictionary. You know what you find?
Yeah, that's a perfect
A picture
line.
of me. No, the definition of the word idiot.
Yeah.
Fucking, which you fucking are.
Which you fucking are. That is the best.
Good.
Who taught you math? That is an absolute. Which, ironically, these are lines delivered by Val
Kilmer.
Val Kilmer, not
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
But it's his character that he's playing off of.
Yeah.
So, I think we can all agree this is probably his best performance. It's the most enjoyable film.
For
that I've
those
seen him in.
for those who haven't seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, I would describe it as a noir. I would describe it as a thriller. I would describe it as a comedy as well. I would describe it as a fucking enjoyable, amazing film with a lot of different elements to it. Shane Black really just fucking nailed it on this one, and it stands the test of time. I feel like if you chuck it on in 2018, I mean, this film came in 2005, right?
2005. You just looked at the...
Is that right? Is that a 5?
You can't say
Yeah.
that.
I thought that was a 7. But
5, 7.
this feels as fresh as it did in 2005, I feel.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, it is easily his best.
So I completely agreed. If we're talking about just performances, though, there's a couple I want to give a shout out to.
Ally McBeal?
Natural Born Killers.
Okay, yeah.
His Australian reporter.
Yeah.
I fucking love.
You're just going to take all the next best blinders. I see what's going on here.
Yeah.
Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder as a lead farmer
Yes.
motherfucker.
Oh my God.
He is amazing. He's Australian again. That's too
And his ability, like, there's an interview with Jamie Foxx that he did with Joe Rogan, where he asked him point blank. And
I
he
saw
asked him,
that.
like,
Yeah, I've watched that.
basically what he did was blackface.
Yeah.
And how do you feel about
basically.
that? Not basically. Oh, yeah,
100%.
in very essence. And Jamie Foxx was like, there's one guy that can get away with that, and it's Robert Downey Jr. And because he plays it in such a way that it's almost self-effacing. It's that he knows like the ridiculousness of what he's doing. So yeah, him and Tropic Thunder is amazing.
Yep.
And also, there's
You're gonna pick my next.
big conversation to have there. No, I'm not. My other one is
Ally McBeal?
Ally McBeal.
Ally
No,
McBeal.
my other one is
Ally
really
McBeal.
a really favorite movie of mine, A Scanner Darkly.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I've got your
Such
Blu-ray
a-
still.
Shit. It might even
That's
be
a
a
good
DVD
pick,
you've had.
'cause I would-
Oh, yeah, it's a DVD.
I genuinely wouldn't have picked that one, but it's
Yeah.
such a good when
Yeah,
he's like
completely agree.
creating coke or whatever he's doing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
If you guys
Just
haven't
his-
seen The
his
Scanner
manic-
Darkly, it's an amazing film, and it's used with the animation's rotoscope, where they draw over live action. It is an amazing looking film.
It took
That's a
it took
really
every
spectacular
it took every
film.
digital artist in Austin, Texas, a whole year to make that movie. they kind of shut the whole town down.
That's a genuinely amazing
I
film.
love that
Yeah.
movie. I love the score of that movie as well.
And for a sci-fi film, it's very different. It feels... what was that? 2008? 2010?
God, no, even it would have had to have been before that because I was still in Canada when that
gotta
came
be
out.
right there.
For sure.
Let's check that
I didn't
out.
because it's not
A
Scanner
Scanner
Darkly is not
that's
even in
a
the top
great-
20
that's
here.
a-
I think.
I
There
would
it is.
love to
Where
actually
is it?
watch it
Right.
again.
Oh, there we are. 2006 actually. Oh,
2006.
Directed by Richard Linklater.
Jesus, man, that is such a great looking film, and as a sci-fi film, I think in 2018, once again, feels very current,
Philip K.
very
Dick adaptation.
vital. Yeah, but I don't think it's slavish to the source material.
No.
It reinvents it in its own way.
Yeah. So you guys have basically taken the best.
No, I haven't. You took
Chaplin.
No,
you took Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
You took Kisses.
I gave it to you.
I took Kiss Kiss Back. I said it first.
We all said it. Anyways, what I am going to mention him in and it's a bit of an obvious play, I think.
Iron Man.
Iron Man. I say Iron
No.
Man. That's my pick.
I'm going to say the judge.
Wow, that sucks.
What?
If we're talking about
Are you high?
performances by an
Are
actor,
you high and drunk?
no, performances by an actor, that is a really good job.
I'm leaving.
I never saw that movie.
But then how the fuck do you know what it, like,
Because he's
You're
leaving,
talking
and whatever
shit.
he says...
have you even seen that film?
I haven't seen that film.
Well, fuck both of you then. You have no idea what you're talking about.
I saw the trailer.
Oh, well, so, my bad then.
Thank you.
Let me bow to your
Apology
expertise on the
accepted.
All right, so you're talking shit. Look, genuinely watch The Judge.
Is it Richard Dreyfuss?
When you unexpectedly get roasted by your friends.
RoboCop.
RoboCop? That's where you went with that?
Yeah, because he gets fucked up at the beginning. He gets fucked up.
This is RoboCop.
That would work,
Are you serious?
Yeah.
He gets mowed the fuck down.
This
at
is
the
not.
beginning of
This is
that
not
thing.
relevant. It doesn't matter.
Sorry, Ben, what is this?
That's you as a beautiful butterfly.
Fuck all of you.
I know it's Kiadi Mundi getting killed by clones.
Listen, let's be honest. Iron Man is a seminal performance.
Yeah, that's the one that's going to define him now.
He's born
All
for that
right,
role.
quick question. Best Iron Man performance?
Iron Man 2. No,
Oh.
Iron Man 2 is
Civil
awful.
War, I think.
Civil War.
I think he's fucking amazing in Civil War. I don't care. He killed my mother. He killed my mom.
Yeah.
But I think that's his best one to date.
Civil War, and to be honest though, the only other thing that I think eclipses that is any interaction with Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
It could
Because
be Age
I
of
think-
Ultron, man.
Ooh,
be
he's
Age of
Great,
Yeah.
like it's a high
He's
bar. all
really
the time.
good in that.
Him and Banner's banter in Age of Ultron. That's
That's a
good
really
shit.
tough one.
I'm saying Civil War definitely, but you guys.
Civil War is probably
Yeah,
the
you're probably
highlight.
right, man.
I'm definitely right.
I mean,
But
you're
having
right
said
like
that, I
60%
know
of
it
the
feels a
time,
bit
every
cheap.
time.
Yeah.
But
It feels a bit cheap to say this, but his performance in Infinity War, I thought was so
yeah, spot on.
so
man,
lived
spot
in
on.
and so kind of complete.
He was amazing. I'd probably put that second, to be honest.
And his
Yep.
interaction with Spider-Man and like that relationship, even in Homecoming.
His
And Civil
interactions
War?
with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But
But
I
that's
mean-
so off track. What is happening?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
been the
Robert Downey Jr. has been
podcast.
great.
Strike
So
back.
that was our Robert Downey Jr. Marvel
Review.
recap.
Is there anything else that he's been in? Oh, we didn't talk about Sherlock Holmes,
It's fine.
which is fine. Like
He was in
plays-
Ally McBeal as well.
Yeah.
Zodiac. Fuck, man.
No.
Zodiac.
No more.
Honestly,
Cut
if
it
you
off.
guys-
Soloist.
if you guys haven't seen Zodiac, go watch it.
Due
Tony,
date?
Tony Stark and the Hulk having a good old time.
Yeah.
Well, guys, listen, let's call it a day on
He
the
was in
weekly movie
Chef.
show before you embarrass ourselves even
He was
more.
in Turf. True believer.
Thank you so much for listening.
One
We'll
Night
be
Stand.
we'll be
Best
back.
performance, Chef.
We'll
Johnny
be
Be
back.
Good.
Fucking shut the fuck up. We'll be
Shaggy
back.
Dog.
Jesus Christ.
Got to recognize him.
We will be back in the studio next week with the posters behind us and the camera in front of us and the microphones by our side.
And Connor
I don't
jabbering
know where
on.
I'm going with this. Listen, we'll be back. Hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next week, Connor.
Bye.
We'll see you next
Come
week.
on, guys.
Bye.
We've got the rest of the
And
guys
see you
here.
later.
Oh my god,
Bye.
the boys! Get the boys! Yeah, come in.